Come and join me for a snowy weekend on my tiny pink boat. I woke up very late and very cold on Saturday morning and didn't want to get out of bed, but there was snow predicted and I needed to get some chores done before everything froze. Luckily it was still above freezing, so I took the opportunity to fill up with water. Although the snow hadn't arrived yet, the outside of the boat was very icy, so I had to be extra careful walking on the gunnels. The tap hadn't frozen, but the water pressure was measly, which meant my hose wouldn't extend as far as the boat. After a bit of swearing and waiting for a couple of minutes, we had some pressure, so I wasted no time in filling up. With one tank full, it was time to empty the other. The toilet was at critical level, so I could not risk frozen pipes to the Elsan. Job's done, I put my cosy socks back on and got into bed to read for a few minutes. I cannot recommend the Rivers of London series more. Of course, I didn't move until the book was finished and it was dark outside. But this is exactly what I wanted the boat for, a place to escape and relax without the burdens of real life. The burden of washing up, however, seems to never be far away. And unfortunately, all the Christmas decorations are down and we've restored Foxglove to factory settings. She's still beautiful though. It was time to get in bed proper. I started my new book and read that until lights out. The following morning I awoke to a winter wonderland. Happy New Year, everyone, from a very snowy Foxton. I hope you all managed to have a little bit of a rest over the festive period. I spent my first Christmas on the boat and it was amazing. And now I have my very first snow, and I know I'm biased, but I think the boat looks absolutely gorgeous, covered in snow. So 2024 was a bit of a up and down kind of year. Start of the year without my boat, not knowing when it was going to be ready, getting a bit down about all of that. So I tried to distract myself with a few little holidays where I did some boat trips. I did a boat trip in Budapest, boat trip in Krakow, and they were lovely, but also made me even more impatient to get Foxglove. And then in July, that's what happened. We took delivery of her. And can you believe that that was 6 months ago now? It has flown by. And then I just spent the summer getting to know her, getting used to how she handles, getting settled in, falling in love with this new area, and then moving into the winter and getting used to some of the new challenges that brings with it. So let's talk plans for 2025. The biggest thing that I am doing this year, in April, I am very privileged that I am getting to participate in the London Marathon. Those of you who've been following me for a while know that I got very sick at the end of 2020 and I could barely even walk unassisted. So the idea that I am able to and I get to run or try to run 26.2 miles just feels so lucky and privileged to be able to do that. I've dreamed my whole life of taking part in the London Marathon. I watch it every year on the TV since I was like this big. And then when I got older, I've gone and watched it in person, and I've even marshalled the event. And I've entered the ballot every year since 2009 or 2010 and never been lucky enough to get a place. And this year I also was not lucky enough to get a place, but I was very, very lucky to be offered a charity place. So I will be running in April in memory of my dad, trying to raise money for leukemia care. And if I'm completely honest, the fundraising aspect of it I'm finding a bit more overwhelming than the running side of things. So if anybody would like to, and there's no obligation of course, but if anybody would like to sponsor me, even £1, I would be so grateful. That will help me get a bit closer to my target of raising £2,500. If you're able to do so, I have left a link in the description for how you can do that. So obviously that is consuming all of my thoughts and all of my time at the moment. It has to be 100% my focus and priority. But once April is over, then I will have a lot more spare time and I can do some other exciting things, and I have some other exciting things planned, let me tell you. So obviously I am going to still spend lots of time up on the boat. I've come pretty much every week since I bought her, or since she was delivered, and I intend to keep doing that at least for the first year, so I can see what the boat is like, what the area is like in all different seasons, and then decide going forward what I might like to do, how much time I might like to spend here. Perhaps next winter I won't spend so much time on the boat, but I don't know until I've completed my first of every season. And obviously coming up here every week means videos for you every week or thereabouts. And once the canal thaws out a little bit, there will be some more cruising videos. I'm really keen to take the boat up to the Welford Arm and up to Leicester as well, up on the River Soar. And I have some other cruising plans, not just on Foxglove, but there might be some other boats and some other people featuring, and I might be doing a bit more travelling this year that will involve some boats. And then there's a few different canal based events that I am hoping to get to if I can get the time and be available. But obviously if any of you know of any events going on that you think I should check out, let me know, because I might have missed something. And if anyone wants to invite me out for a cheeky little cruise on their boat, I'm not going to say no. And I would love to know what all of you have planned for 2025, big or small. If it means something to you, then it's important, and I'd love to know. The snow was magical, but I really needed to get back inside to warm up. I couldn't spend all day in bed again today, unfortunately. As always with boats, there was lots to do. but I did venture back outside when I heard some hungry voices. Most of the baby swans have left for their new lives by now, but there are still a couple who are not quite ready to fly the nest. So they still get their daily feed of porridge under the watchful eye of mum or dad. Once they'd left, it was time for me to do the same. I've had another perfect weekend on my perfect little boat. Happy New Year, and I'll see you again very, very soon.